Hello everyone. So in this lecture, we are going to connect to a blockchain which we initialize in node 1 from the node 2, right? So we need to launch a second server and install the multi-chain on that new server. So we're going to follow the same step that we followed earlier and install the second server and then configure it. So I'm going to launch a new node. So before actually doing it, you need to make sure that you're following the same process and launching it as you are launching the first server. Remember, as I mentioned here, right? Do not take the machine or the image of node 1 and then launch it again, because that will actually create nothing but a node 1, right? So we will not have a separate address and everything. So you need to make sure that you're launching a fresh server as a fresh node, not the image of the previous node. So that's most important. So I'm going to do is I'm going to launch another server with a similar setting which I have already discussed, right? So we'll tag it as node 2 so that we can identify it very easily. I'll use the existing security group which we have, multi-chain node, review the launch, and then that's it. Okay, I'll have to choose the same key. So that's fine because you can choose same key or different key. That's up to you. So okay, so we'll go to the instances. So I have now node 2 running. The public IP of the node 2 has been given. So I'll just copy this and we'll try to push it into the here so that we can keep the record, and we whenever we want to have a new copy or new terminal we can use it. So I'm going to copy this SSH command and we'll open a new tab here, right? So this new tab, remember this left hand side tab is a node 1 and this is a node 2. So I'll just wait for the time till this machine is initialized properly. So I guess it's done. So let me connect it using the SSH. We'll be using that same command that we used earlier to install the multi-chain. So let's just move to most important is this one actually. So remaining commands are easy. So we'll do sudo su and then we'll mk. We'll execute this, download the multi-chain. We'll untar it and then move to the multi-chain folder and we'll move to the command line. Right, so it's done. So we'll now exit from this, and now so we have this multi-chain de-installed. So yeah, we have everything installed. So we'll now move to our sixth lecture number 6, and where we'll see that how to connect to blockchain, right, from node 2, right? So this part is already done. We are already connected to node 2, sorry, using the SSH. Now we have already installed it. So now next is like simple, connect to your blockchain chain 1 which we created from node 1, right? And then we'll try to connect it again. So before we do it, we want you to show you that using this screenshot that I have already shown, that you need to actually make sure that you have a permission to connect to this server on this port number which is specified by the previous node 1 address. So if you can see that when we created the node, there was some detail that has been shown, right, like this one, right? So when we see this, it means that this port should be allowed, or the other nodes should be allowed, or other servers should be allowed to connect to this server on this port, right? So I'm going to go into this security groups where I have this the multi-chain node as a permission. So I'll go to this particular node, which can be found here as well, security groups. Go to the inbound tab, click on the edit, and make sure that port number which you just copy is there and allowed. So you should have the inbound rule available for that. So 7451. So we'll see if 7451 is already there. So as you can see, no, it's not allowed. So we'll do the add rule, paste this port number and put 000, right? Because we want everyone to connect it. Or if you want a certain IP addresses to connect it only, you can also define it here, right? So just we are doing the open case. So now this server is allowed to connect, right? So in node 1 we can connect from node 2 using this port, which is as per this. So now what we're going to do is, as per the document, this is done, this part is done. So I have already shown you that how you're going to do this, right? Now we need to write the address or connect it. So of course I have given you some answers here that you can use this command, but you don't have to actually copy paste the entire command. What you're going to copy paste is here what you will get in your servers, right? It might be different. But go to node 2 and try to execute, right? If you execute it, if as you can see and read this message, right, blockchain successfully initialized, but please ask the blockchain admin to have the activate permission to let you connect to this transaction, right? So you need a connect permission, right, to be given by the node 1, which is the administrator node, right, which you do not have. So I'm going to give the connect as well as send and receive permission as well. I'm going to copy this, go to node 1. Remember I'm at node 1 right now, right? Enter. This will give actually the permission, and this, every time you execute some command, it will show you the transaction ID at the end, right? So now I have the permission. So what I have to do is I have to just connect. Remember, connecting this or running the server will actually show you everything in the terminal. So that's it, node started, right? So your second server is connected, node 2 is connected to node 1 using the multi-chain. Remember, they are not actually talking except anywhere other than multi-chain. So it will be a good thing if I push some data on node 2, it will be available on node 1. If I push it on node 1, it will be available on node 2. So means two servers, and they can actually talk to each other on a certain protocol and in a very smart way. Yeah, so let's move to our documentation and we'll see. We have done that, executing a node 2, right? Connected already, node started. And you have to wait for a few seconds, and then you'll see the retrieving block parameter from seed node, and it will say blockchain successfully initialized, right? So if you can go to this command, you can see that let me just open another tab for the node 2. I have this with me. I need to copy the node 2 command. That's why I actually copied and pasted here. You can also create your own profile in SSH if you want, but just for that saving time, I'm just doing this, right? So I'm on a node 2. So if you'll try to copy this command, right, then you'll see that details are also available here, right? So everything is detail available. This is on node 2, remember, this is not node 1, and this is the node 1, right? Also, if you want to see the how many the block has been mined, you can say multi-chain. So you'll see some block has been increased. There are 93 blocks now, right? So you can, if you want to see the same information here, you can type. So remember, this is node 2 right now, multi-chain CLI, right? So remember, this is a different server, and if you go and see, this is a different server, right? IP addresses are different, right? And see, blocks are same, 95. Of course it has been increased here. I will go to check, show again 95, 96 now. So I will check again here. So both have actually same 96 blocks, right? So we created and connected from the node 2, right? If you want to actually start this the whole node in the background, you can use the nohub command with the ampersand at the end, and then it will be running in the backend. But right now, as you can see, I ran everything and it is running in the front end. So if I'll control C, try to terminate this command, and I will try to check if the command is already running using PSAL, and we'll see if there is a multi-chain D somewhere. Then, or let's grab. Then we have nothing. Okay, so it means, so let's try to run this, or just to prove that the multi-chain has been shut down, you can run this again, get node command, and you'll see the error. Simple, because server is not running. So this time I'm going to run the server. Simple, but with the no hop and the beginning, so that it should not hang up when the SSH has been closed. You want the server to running every time in the backend, right? So back to this. That's it. That's it. So server is running now. If you want to see it and again in the node 2, either here or in the same screen without actually going, so it will be showing the same data. So Vijay, it has the same data. So simple. So now the server is running and you can see the values. So that's it. This is for this lecture. If you have any query and question, please let me know.